When we talk about the Straw Hat Pirates, they're often seen as one of the strongest crews in history. A crew that can topple tyrants, shake the seas, and change the entire balance of power. But long before Luffy and his crew set sail, there was another name that terrified the world. A crew so infamous that even the mention of them was enough to strike fear into anyone. The Rocks Pirates. This was a crew that gathered some of the most dangerous names in history under one flag. And their legacy is still felt today. Because they had 3 future emperors on board before they ever rose to power. But here's the twist. What if the fall of the Rocks Pirates wasn't because Kaido, Big Mom, or Whitebeard betrayed Rocks D. Xebec? What if the real traitors were someone else entirely?
The Rocks Pirates were known as the most dangerous crew of their era. 14 members, all ruthless, all pursuing their own goals with no mercy. They were so powerful that it took Gul D. Roger and Monkey D. Garp teaming up at God Valley to finally stop them. That alone tells you how terrifying they really were. But here's the issue. Can even 2 legends, like Roger and Garp, really take down a crew stacked with monsters like Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido, Shiki, and more? It doesn't quite add up. Which brings us to a theory that flips everything we thought we knew. Maybe it wasn't betrayal from the Big 3. Maybe the real traitors were Stussy, Ochoku, and Captain John.
Let's clear the obvious suspects first. Whitebeard lived and died by one code: family. He would never betray his crew. That's the core of his entire character. Big Mom, for all her ambition, actually had a twisted sense of loyalty, even saving Kaido after his capture and standing by him later. That doesn't sound like betrayal. And Kaido? He was imprisoned at Punk Hazard. If he was already captured, he couldn't have betrayed anyone. So let's look at the other 3. Stussy is first. If the original Stussy had the same powers as the clone we know now, betrayal would be second nature. Her devil fruit allows her to incapacitate people without anyone noticing. Imagine her using that ability on Kaido or others at God Valley. It would make perfect sense, especially since she later aligned herself with Mads. Then we have Ochoku. Kaido himself mentioned that some Rocks pirates fled before the battle was even over. And what do we know? Ochoku survived, escaped, and later took over Pirate Island for himself. That's way too suspicious. And finally, Captain John. Obsessed with treasure, remembered more for his greed than his strength. What if he betrayed Rocks to claim treasure at God Valley? His so-called legendary treasure might have come from that exact battle. Buggy believes John's treasure is hidden on an island shaped like a skull. And that's exactly what Hachinosu, Pirate Island, looks like. If John and Ochoku both escaped with their lives and possibly treasure, that's a betrayal hiding in plain sight. Put it all together and the picture becomes clear. It wasn't Kaido, Big Mom, or Whitebeard who betrayed Rocks. It was Stussy, Ochoku, and Captain John. They pulled the strings in the shadows, sabotaging their own crew for personal ambition, and ensured the fall of the most powerful pirate crew the seas had ever seen. So if this theory is true, the Rocks Pirates weren't destroyed by Roger and Garp alone. They were destroyed from within. The betrayals, the backstabbing, the greed. It all fits the chaotic nature of that crew. And maybe that's Oda's point. The strongest crew in the world didn't fall to outside power. They fell because their own members turned on each other. But what do you think? Were Stussy, Ochoku, and Captain John the real traitors of God Valley? Or is there another name hiding in the shadows? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more One Piece theories. Because the Rock's pirates may be gone, but their secrets are still shaking the seas.